Hi guys, happy Thanksgiving Eve. And speaking of Thanksgiving, I wanted to make a video talking about a trend that I have noticed in recent years, and I'm sure a lot of you people out there have noticed it too. But this year it seemed to start super early. And that is the trend of decorating for Christmas before Thanksgiving is even done and dusted with. And there were some people that as soon as Halloween was over this year, they started breaking out the Christmas decorations and decorating, putting lights on their homes. I definitely noticed this, and I felt like it started so early this year, was as soon as daylight savings time happened and the time changed, we changed the clocks and it started getting dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel like people started to decorate their homes like crazy this year and putting up fake trees and lights, and everything just started immediately. And I don't know about you, but I am one of those people that I do not put out a single Christmas decoration until the day after Thanksgiving. And there's a few reasons for that. So I don't mean to sound like a grumpy old lady. Like, I hope this video doesn't come across as like a Generation X, like grumpy Generation Xer. But this was my experience growing up, like in the 70s and 80s when I was growing up. Christmas season really didn't start until like December, like the first week of December. There wasn't any Christmas music playing before Thanksgiving. No one was the stores really weren't putting out like merchandise before Thanksgiving. And people weren't decorating before Thanksgiving. And I have a friend, and she was saying the same thing on Facebook last night. She's older than I am. She's from the baby boomer generation, but her experience was the same growing up. That, you know, she was saying, like, I'm not a fan of this Thanksgiving miss or Thanksmas or whatever the combo term is now that they're calling it. She was saying, like, you know, Christmas music really didn't start until like 2 weeks before the holiday, and people just weren't decorating this early. And I don't have anything against anyone that does it, but it just feels like out of place to me. And I feel like Thanksgiving, with each passing year, it becomes more and more like the Charlie Brown or the Rodney Dangerfield of holidays. Like, it doesn't get as much respect as it used to back in the day. It doesn't get as much respect as other holidays. It's kind of like, well, what can we do for Thanksgiving that's fun? Like, well, we eat, like we pig out on food and we drink or whatever. Maybe watch the Macy's Day Parade and the annual dog show. But I don't know, like I just feel weird. I would feel weird having my Christmas tree up by now. I'm not ready for it yet. I'm not really in the Christmas spirit yet. I feel like I need to take one holiday at a time. So like Halloween, I just finished putting my decorations away like 2 weeks ago. I finished putting my costume away this morning because I haven't had time. I live by myself and I work full time. So it's like my time on the weekends is very limited. I'm grocery shopping, I'm doing laundry, running errands, trying to work out, trying to meal prep for the week. And it's like I don't have the time to, I don't have the time on the weekends between Halloween and now to put out Christmas decorations. I just don't. I'm still putting that stuff away. And I don't know, like I just feel like Thanksgiving needs to have its own moment. It needs to have its own day. And I was off from work today. I take every day before Thanksgiving off so that I can cook and get things done. But I have to cook and bring a few things over to my sister's house tomorrow. So I don't start decorating until Black Friday, the day after Christmas. And by the way, speaking of Black Friday, that's where this whole thing started as far as I'm concerned. Like, we didn't start making Christmas a very early thing until the stores started running like Black Friday specials and sales and trying to make as much money as they can in anticipation of the holiday season. And, well, I'm just not a fan of it. If that's your thing, I have nothing against that. I understand, like, the time change is depressing, and putting lights and festive decorations up will make you happy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I guess I'm old school. I like to take one holiday at a time, savor each holiday, experience. Like Halloween was a lot of fun at our office. We got dressed up. I made cookies. I decorated my work area. And when that's done and over with, then you need to prep for Thanksgiving, and that involves some meal prep. And what I'll do Friday is I'll start pulling out some Christmas decorations. I probably won't even pull the tree out yet, but I have other decorations that I can put up in my apartment. That's when I start it. So I guess, I'm an old school Generation Xer, and that's just how I feel. I will say one thing. There was one Christmas growing up, I think I was a preteen or a teenager, that we did have a live tree up, and I did not like it. And I don't think my mom was a fan of it either, because it just felt weird to us. So my dad, this time of year, would go deer hunting, and he would go way up in Maine, way up in the boondocks of Maine. It's hundreds of miles, I think, pretty much from like any residential area. And one year he did not come home with a deer, but he did come home with a Christmas tree, and he cut it down somewhere, which you would never get away with doing it today, but this was like back in the 80s. He cut down a tree, and we had to put it up. It was before Thanksgiving, but we had to put it up. We didn't have a choice. I mean, it's a live tree, and you got to put it in water. So we decorated it. It was before, it was maybe like a week or like a few days before Thanksgiving. And yeah, my mom and I just weren't fans of it. It just felt really strange. And at some point, we ditched the live trees and ended up getting an artificial tree, which is like just more. I know people have strong feelings on live trees, artificial trees, but for us, way more convenient. And that's what I have. I have a white tree, and it's artificial, obviously. So yeah. That's how I feel about it. So I'm just curious what you guys think about this trend of starting Christmas decorating like really early. Do you do it, or are you like me? Do you think like each holiday should kind of have its own day, and you get to really like enjoy it and savor it and then start in? Because to be honest, I'm not in the Christmas spirit yet. It's just too early. I've started my shopping and everything, but I'm going to wait until this weekend when I'm really have some relaxation time, and Thanksgiving is past and everything. I'll start putting stuff out. So let me know what you think, and happy Thanksgiving to all my subscribers. And I hope all you guys have something very grateful to be, something you have in your life to be grateful for, not just tomorrow, but obviously every day. And I'll talk to you guys very shortly. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.